Hello YouTube, this is the Stupendous Wave here with a video today, and this one is on Godzilla 2018 and just some speculation on what I think will happen in the movie. So let's jump right in. Let's talk about the human characters. So Ford Brody, who was the main character in the first one, as most of you know, I don't really like that character a whole bunch. I mean, he was suitable, he was functional, but I didn't really relate to him that much. I would still like him in the movie, I just don't want him to be the main focus of it. I do, however, love Dr. Serizawa, and I really wish that he had a much bigger role. I think Ken Watanabe did a great job in the role, and I would love to see him return with a larger one. So that's basically all the people I'm going to talk about. So let's get into the real interesting stuff, the monsters. So let's start out with Mothra. I really like Mothra, although she is one of my least favorite monsters. And I know some people say that in this movie they want 2 Mothra larvae, but I'm in the camp where I just want 1. I think 2 would be way too much. That's 5 monsters in a movie that we know of so far. So I just want 1 Mothra, and I definitely want her to start off in her larva form. I don't want her to start off in the moth-like form. I do want to see that in the movie, but I just want her to start out as a larva. I think that with Mothra you could have a really awesome scene where she gets like beat up by Ghidorah and Rodan, like Ghidorah beats up Rodan and Mothra maybe even kills Rodan, and people think that Mothra is dead as well because she flies off, scoots away because she'd still be a larva. And then she cocoons herself, and just have an awesome scene where Mothra just busts out of that little cocoon, and I think that would be awesome. I think that would be great. And as far as like her aggression level, I would say that she would be probably the least aggressive out of all the monsters. And aggressive doesn't mean weak. Aggressive is like how ferocious they are. So I would definitely want her to be the least aggressive of them all. And I would like to see Rodan and Godzilla at about the same level, where they will walk through a city and they're not going to step out of their way to avoid hitting a building, but they're not going to go out to hit a building. And I think Mothra will kind of be a little bit more cautious and maybe scoot around 1 or 2 buildings. She'd still knock some over, but be a little bit more cautious, and Godzilla and Rodan just have them not care. And Ghidorah, I really want him to kind of, if he sees a person walking down the street all by himself, he's gonna go out of his way to squish that thing. I want him to be so ferocious and just be destructive. Like in the first Godzilla, the Mutos, yeah, they were destructive, but they had a purpose. I want Ghidorah to have like no rhyme or reason to his destruction. He's just a angry, ferocious beast, and I really want that from him. And for the first fight in the movie, I would love to see Ghidorah fight Mothra and Rodan, and have him even kill Rodan, just to establish how powerful Ghidorah is. And it's not that I don't love Rodan, I just think it's important to establish your villain, and especially a villain that is on the level of Ghidorah. It is very important to establish how just powerful this guy is. And like I said earlier, Mothra could get really hurt and kind of swim away or crawl away and cocoon herself, and then have her breakout scene. And then we could have Godzilla fight Ghidorah and have him lose too. So at this point in the movie, you're like, wow, how are these monsters gonna defeat this guy? I mean, they've killed 1 monster and just utterly defeated 2 others. Now this monster is not something that you want to mess around with. And this is when in the movie I would have Godzilla and Mothra come together to beat Ghidorah. Not kill, beat. I don't want Ghidorah to die because I really want him in the 3rd movie. Ghidorah is just awesome. As far as size of the monsters goes, Godzilla, we already know how big he is. I would like Ghidorah to be about 1.5 the size of Godzilla. So 1 Godzilla and then half of Godzilla. Not twice as big as Godzilla, because that's still really, really big and probably too big. And I would like Mothra to be about the size of Rodan, only a little bit larger wings. I think that would be really cool. And as far as like sequels, I would love to see Ghidorah be the villain in the third movie as well, and have Mothra come back in that, and Godzilla. So yeah, what do you guys think about my speculation? What would you guys make it like? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.